You are not healing, you are avoiding. You laugh, you scroll, you stay busy. And deep down, you know that you're hiding the wounds no one can see. You flinch when someone raises their voice at you. You say sorry, even though you know that you did nothing wrong. You call it overthinking, but it's not. It's your trauma. Emotional trauma hide in your reactions, your silence, and self-sabotage. And the worst part is you have convinced yourself that this is normal. But today, we are done pretending. So in this video, I'm going to talk about emotional trauma and how it negatively impacts you and how you can get over your emotional trauma, not the sugar-coated word. Because you deserve peace, you deserve happiness, and it's not going to happen unless you heal from your emotional trauma. Emotional trauma isn't always some obvious big events. Maybe you grew up in a home where you constantly had to walk on eggshells, or maybe you were a victim of bullying, toxic relationships, or never felt safe enough to just be you. Or people around you made you feel as if your emotions didn't matter or it was too much. Trauma isn't always about what happened, it's also about what never happened. The love you didn't receive, the comfort you didn't get, or maybe you never felt safe enough. And you may call it overthinking, anxiety, or maybe I'm just too much. But no, you didn't deserve all those things that happened. You know what you deserve right now? You deserve to heal from it. You deserve to move on. You deserve all the happiness. And if you never process it, you start living your life in a survival mode. You over apologize, you chase validation, and you know what? That's not your personality, that's your trauma talking. Stop pretending that you're okay. You have been pretending for so long that this has now become your personality. But you know what? Healing doesn't begin with strength, it begins with acceptance. So look in the mirror and say it that yes, something hurt me and I have never really faced it. Maybe you were in a toxic relationship, or maybe it was the way your parents spoke to you, or maybe the people around you didn't actually listen to you. They made you feel small. They always dismissed your opinions. They didn't really care what you think or what you go through. As long as you are available for them 24 into 7, whatever it was, stop pretending that it was okay. Just because someone else had it worse, that doesn't mean that you didn't suffer. Now, here's your next step. Write a letter, not to send, but to release. Write down everything that you feel about that situation, everything that you wished you could say to them, or everything that you felt. Maybe it was disappointment, maybe you were angry, maybe you were frustrated, maybe you felt as if you were not enough. Write down everything that you feel. If you are not comfortable writing it down in your notebook, then you can write it in your notes app. That's completely okay. But the trick here is that you have to write down everything that you feel. Be honest with yourself. And if you cry while writing it, bawl your eyes out, because the trick here is not to be perfect or poetic. The trick here is to give your pain the voice it never had when everything went down. You cannot heal from the things that you keep buried. You need to let it all out. You need to release it. I know it's going to be difficult for you. I know it's going to be emotional. It's going to be you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be angry at those people. I get it. But you know what? The trick is to release yourself from the guilt, from the shame, from the embarrassment that you're feeling. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. No matter what people around you said to you. Maybe they said that you did something for it to accelerate this fast, but it's not your fault. It's not. And you didn't deserve any of this. You didn't deserve any of the pain that you're going through. You have suffered enough. You have literally suffered enough. And now it's time to end it. Now it's your time to feel free, to be at peace, to actually enjoy your life, to live your life, and to not be in a survival mode all the time. You cannot heal from something that you refuse to feel. You can journal all day, say affirmation, binge watch self-help videos all the time. But if you are refusing to face your emotions, then again, you are not healing. You are avoiding that sadness you hide behind your smiles, that anger you have swallowed for years, that guilt, that shame, that fear that you still carry in silence. Everything is still inside of you and it's screaming to be released. So here's what you need to do. Let your younger self go. Stop clinging to that girl who only knew how to survive. You know what? She did what she thought was best at that time. You can think all you want that what you did was stupid, it was embarrassing. But you know what? You can say that now because you have that knowledge. You have become more wiser. You have become more mature. The things she did in the past, she didn't had the amount of knowledge that you have now. She did what she thought was best for herself and best for the situation. And you know what? Anyone in your place could have done the same thing, could have made the same decision. So stop feeling that shame, stop feeling that guilt, that embarrassment, and let her go. And you can love her without becoming her again. So I want you to do this thing. Sit in silence, close your eyes, take deep breaths, and imagine that you're standing in front of the person who have hurted you in the past. It can be your friends, your family members, your ex, your crush, or whoever that person is. You are standing in front of them. Let everything out. Imagine that you're telling them all the things that you wished you have told them before. Tell them how their actions really hurted you. Tell them how disappointed you are and how much you have suffered and you're still suffering. Tell them everything that you want, everything. And once you're done, imagine yourself walking away from them. So they are still standing. You are done talking to them and you walk away from them. And after you walk away, take deep breaths again and then open your eyes. If you feel emotional, cry. There's nothing wrong with it. And then tell yourself that, you know what? It's enough. I have literally told that person whatever I wanted to tell them and I walked away. It was my decision to walk away. And you know what? I'm not going back there. I am not going back to that person. I'm not going back to that situation. I'm moving on. I'm choosing to move on because it was my decision to walk away from them and stick to that decision. Maybe you will still feel like going back to them. And it's not because you had some sort of magical connection. You seek comfort. You want that familiarity. You know what? That's okay. Everyone wants to be in their comfort zone. Everyone likes comfort. But you know what? Sometimes the best thing that you could do is to never go back to the same place that hurt you, that broke you, no matter how familiar they seem, no matter how comforting it was when you were with them once. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you knock at the wrong doors, they are not going to open for you because they were never really meant for you. If you want to forgive them, that's okay. If you don't want to forgive them, that's also okay. Because at the end of the day, you decide what you want for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with not forgiving them or still holding grudge because they hurted you bad, right? So it's completely fine. You do what you feel like doing. You do what you think is best now. Healing comes from feeling those emotions that you ignored, you dismissed, you acted as if you are overthinking and that your emotions didn't matter. And as a result, they are still buried inside of you. So healing comes when you accept them, you feel it, and you tell yourself that, you know what, I have done enough. I have dealt with enough pain and I'm not going to do it. And this pain is no longer going to control me. That person from my past, he's not going to control me again. Listen to me. What they did was not okay. I don't care how many times you have replayed that same situation in your mind. I don't care how many excuses you have already made for them. You didn't deserve the pain. You didn't deserve the abandonment. You didn't deserve the way that they treated you. And you know what? Nothing can justify emotional abuse. So stop justifying it. Stop making excuses for the person who did this to you. And stop telling yourself that they didn't mean it. They were just stressed. You don't go around hurting people. You don't go around emotionally abusing people just because you're stressed. If you do it, then you are a really, really horrible person. You are disgusting and you are pathetic. Making excuses for them is like betraying yourself because you know what? You're okay with it. You are okay the way they treated you, and you know what? You're okay with people constantly treating you like a punching bag. And I know that deep down you're not okay. So stop making excuses for them, because you know what? I know how it feels. I did the same thing. For years, I thought that everything that happened was because of my attitude, the way that I dealt with the situation, and it was because of me. Until one day, my friend looked me in the eye and she said that what they did was not okay. And you don't need to justify their actions. You need to hold them accountable. You need to stop making excuses for them, because I know that what they did was wrong, and that can never be justified. And now I want to do the same thing. What they did was wrong. You didn't deserve any of it. And you making excuses is like betraying yourself. So stop saying that it's okay when it destroyed you. And you know what? The moment or the minute you stop justifying for them, you stop justifying their actions, is the minute that you start setting yourself free. They don't deserve your explanation. They don't deserve your energy. They don't deserve your forgiveness unless you want to forgive them. Because what they did was wrong, period. That is your truth. Own it. So that is it for today. And if you like my video, then like, share, and subscribe my channel. And we'll meet next time. Bye.